Hello and welcome to 𝒗8.0.0 Gaming. Today I am going to talk about a few changes in txAdmin. Now, for those of you not sure what that is, it's like an admin thing that you can use with FiveM, plus it's used to set up your FiveM server with the Windows files all. Yes, there is a Linux version in there, almost forgot. So what I'll do first, I'll open up my folder. So remember, I'm using the a different view so you can see it better. So what I'm going to talk about is this thing. Right, so if I go to my main public server files, which are on this, which are on the server under my desk, not my computer, the server under my other desk. So if I open up the _bat and I do open the code, what I'm going to mention is there are going to be changes to this line of code. Now you're going to be thinking, well, what on earth is going to change there? Yeah, now you will see that a message that should prompt you for that in yellow about deprecated variables. So one will be plus set server profile. That's going to be not used anymore. Plus set, is it plus set something port? Plus set port. That will no longer be used. And now you see it like this. It will no longer be used. You know, with that line of code, with your two colons or just semicolons, that won't be used. And also you won't have that anymore. It's the profile name. So yes, it confuses me. So what I'll do, I'll leave that open where it is, and what I'll do is I will go to my demo server, which is on my computer on drive H. Now you're probably going to think, well, how if you get the public ones on drive M? Well, that drive there, if you look, it's got a green thing. That's a drive that's on the server, but you can locally, attach them to your thing. Like, I know it's a bit complex, but you have to do. Where we go, CyberDyne. So there they are. Look on my server because I'm a bit CyberDyne. So you have to map them to your computer. So let's talk about that, and let's go back to where I was. Right. So when you create your server now, or a new server, you will no longer see an env.bat. Yes. So that's going to be like, have you confused? You're going to go, well, what do you do? So let me open up the public one a minute. I need to verify something before I go that. I will show you about everything in a minute, so don't get so people watch you go, come on, hurry up now, it's taking too long and all that. Wait. So I want to check a few things. When I want to open that, it's the default. I'm going to config.json, right. So at the moment you've got, with the conventional, you'll see a folder like that one, everything's like set. Yeah, but not on the new one. Oh no, not on the new what it is going to be. So something you see there is, what's that, Discord example. Right, it puts things in there. You can see tab. I think those are going afterwards, not on the settings, but things are going to be different. As in that, with the server name, and what else is there? The path to the server. Yes, I can see it there. There it is. So I'll show you that in a moment when I close that down. Which one have I got open? So my brain knows what's what. There we go. Get rid of that. So what I'll do, I'll go into txData and I'll show you, I can't show you the admin.json. So I'll show you the config. Because if I show you the admin.json, it's going to reveal a line of code that has a password. Now, even though it's like an encrypted 32-bit thing, there is, if you look on the website, web browsers and all that, typing to reverse that code, and it will reverse it as a password and having that done. So you can see there that it's a slight difference, can't you? It's server data path, server name and all that. So yes, that will show you out a little bit. You're going to think, well, what the hell, who, what, when, what, why? So the logs are the same, and the couch data and everything else, they remain the same. So it's just the env.bat. So what I'll do is I need to open that up. So I have my bat file open, which is empty. So I left it like that so I can show you the example. Move that out of the way. There we go. So you're going to think, so what do you type in the bat file? Now everything's different. Well, and that's the question. So what we'll do now, first of all, is what we'll do is I'll open the Discord. Because I had help from a fellow on the txAdmin who was a support, support person, Yorick. There he is. Right, so I checked his profile. So look, he's a voluntary support, and he helped me out, which was good of him to do that. I explained everything of what, he went through different things from the very beginning. At first, he sent me 2 links, and I couldn't follow them, so I had to explain it. So trying to follow everything, so I couldn't understand. So you can see what I was trying to do at first. Yep, it wasn't quite working the way it should, or I was sort of doing things right-ish. There is something is correct there, but then there's something else missing, which was getting me rattled that I didn't know. Then, where's that gone again? Come back here, you. There. So going further down, he then sent me that. But even still, I got a bit confused with that a bit. This is a port. So what I'll do, I'll show you what to type, because it will sort of get you confused, especially if you see that you're going so what I kept seeing was that, the URL, and I thought, hey, hold on. The URL's there, but not the port. I thought, now I know what's happening. It needs the port to be open, doesn't it? So, which the ports are open. So what I'm showing you is if you want, like, for a different port. So remember that. So what you'll do, I'll close the Discord. So the first things first, there is, well, I need to open the Discord back up again. Let me go get the link. So what you'll probably see on your console is that about deprecated configs, like a warning. So if you do see that, don't worry about it too much, because I'm showing you what to do and try and understand. Now there is, or are, instructions which are not easy to follow, especially when you first look at it, you're like going, what the, Once I saw what Yorick did, it sort of registered a little bit. Because there's no clear things there about what to type or nothing, you don't know what to do or where to put or where not nothing. So I'll explain this to you so you understand fully. So with the instructions, you've got edit your existing start version profile bat, right? That's start bat. So it's just, it's an example. So you'll have the conventional stuff in there, then you've got to change that to the new stuff, right? So again, it's not very clear. It's got set variable, name, value, commands before aligning your, So it just wouldn't make a sense. Actually, alternatively, you can create an env.bat, yeah. So, which is what I did, as you can see, there it is. So then you've got commands then start with your server call, I don't know, call env.bat, whatever it is, wherever that. That's the bit that will confuse you, because it's like call, you know, do what, when, where. If you're a coder and you understand, you know what type, you know what to do. But if you're not, I'm afraid you'll struggle. Then you got, it says there, which will run the env.bat before running the fxserver.ex. What? Yes, I could see that about running the, like, the other start back. Now, the other things there are for Linux and Docker. I don't use Linux, so I can't really explain about Linux. Hopefully, somebody else who's got a YouTube channel and uses Linux or Docker, whatever it is, will do a video for that, and I will gladly pin it to my channel to direct them there if they want to do that. Yeah, the tips again, they for Docker. Now you've got your variables there, like txAdminZapConfig, what, who, when. So again, it's sort of like what you're typing, you know. You're like Windows, FX root that you see. Again, I just couldn't figure out what you're supposed to be. There's nothing there about what to type. It's like gibberish, broken, like Windows FX default value, you know. So I thought, what do you type FX server root? Do you type txData? But then after a while, this started to register the parent folder. Now let me explain what your parent folder is. Wrong one. There we go. Right, so your parent folder, for me, is there. So if I go like drive, there we are, AMGRP, that's the main way it starts. So that's the parent folder, right, the main, what? So you've got txData, which is inside the parent folder. Yep. Move that back, there we go. There it is. It got me confused, that I was, you know, because I kept seeing txData, I thought, what? And again, I was a little bit confused. I thought, so where do you put this env.bat? I thought it's got to be where the start bat was. It can't be anywhere else. And I thought, so what path do you put to link it to your, well, what do you type? You know, I'm like, what the hell? So again, it's not very clear. Then you've got the folder containing the fxserver.ex. Now, yes, again, see, the reason it's confused is because the English is a bit broken. So it's a bit arse about face with it. So this is what was like troubling me. So you've got Windows FX and it sits in the folder parent of folder containing. What? No. In English, it should be for Windows, the FX server root file, that's one, that's your root file. No, you know, that's for me, it's the FX server, that's what I put, right? So for you, it might be different. So there again, Windows, FX server root folder, which is the txData, that's the other folder, the main one, there. Make sure you understand that. That's why I'm going slowly. It'll be a bit of a longer video, so I'm doing it slowly. You can play it back a bit if you get stuck. I apologise for my sinus, it's been a bit that dog bloody drives me nuts. Allergies and crashes, whatever it is. So we got something there. So let me start again. Windows, this is for Windows, not for Linux. So you got the FX server root, which is again root, or that's the root folder for me, QB core. Right, the txData folder again sits in the parent folder. That's what it should be. Sits in the parent folder, right, containing the. So again, as I can see straight away, that's going to get it confused. The parent folder contain, no, the parent folder doesn't contain. So again, that's what's going to have people rattled, right? Parent, see, your parent folder is the one before. That's your main folder. Then you've got subfolder or whatever it is. So that's your there. So my FX server is in where the artifacts are, right? Which is they're the folder containing FX server, yeah, aka what the hell does aka mean? See, I don't know what that means. It's short term, young generation text type lingo, isn't it, or something. I don't, like what was it, WTF and LOL, LOL, laugh out loud. See, I know what that means because I've had it explained. I get over stuff. It took me a while when I seen on Discord OP. I thought it's people on about, when I was typing on about me being an old age pensioner, which I'm not, cheeky sods. It's some kind of short meaning for something. I'm like, what? See, I don't know that, do I? I'm that age, 52, so remember, it's like me doing whatever it is for my generation, my dad understanding. Got no chance of that. Then you've got your Linux bit there, so yeah. So what is this? The path to the tx folder, which contains the txAdmin logs, configs, and this also the default place suggests for deploying users. No. Again, it's not very clear. That's going to have people, again, it got me rattled. I thought, about deploying, right? So again, because I've seen admin logs, config logs, data, the tx folder, yeah. So if I do this, tx data, admin just default, yeah, you got your logs and everything else. And I thought, sure, you're not going to create the folder inside of there, like, save the stuff in there, your resources. I thought, which I hope they ain't going to start doing that. It's going to mess things up otherwise. And I thought, well, it can't be that. Then you've got home container. Again, that will have people confused. Container, it's something to do with Linux, isn't it, there? So, I'll make that a bit clearer. So, that tx data folder, everything, you won't be putting your resources in there, no. So you've got FX server, remember that, your artifacts go in your FX server, that's when, see, there's your pink folder, that's where it goes as normal, right? Then you've got your resources, which go in, for me, CFX server data, or you might just have server data, right? Or some other name, I don't know what you might use, but that's what I use, so I know where to keep it separate, right? Then you've got resources right there. See, so you've got your serverProfile, your PNG logo file for there it is. 96x96 there is, so you've got your resources, there we are, which everything's in there, like your YMaps, your scripts, your framework, everything else, that's where all that goes, right? Hopefully you're understanding so far. You can leave a comment if you like, and I'll try and help you. I know with a previous thing, what does it? Img, when I explained, because Img, at sometime last year, the end of last year, it stopped supporting 5M, and I didn't know. I was totally unaware of it. I had no email, no nothing from it, nothing more or less. Not a single thing. That's why I didn't know. People asking me about it, why they can't see it. Yeah, I could see it on the browser, but I never thought, you could see it on the 5M, which I could sometimes, but not always. Then realised it'd been bloody stopped on there. So that's why I've done an up-to-date video with that for a new hosting thing, which somebody recommended to me, so that will help you, hopefully. Right, so again, remember that, your path, so you've got FX, where it is. So again, right, on your conventional one, what you would have done, is there'd be a lot of videos showing it, you'd go like that, and then you'd copy the data like that to where I fit. Now you don't need to do that no more. So what you do, shift that out of the way. I'll talk about the other bits in a minute there. So what you're going to do first, you go to your little thing like that, right? So what you need are commands. Yeah. Now again, I'll explain for the website what you're seeing there. It's confusing. There isn't anything about what do you type. And it will tell you to scroll down and see. So you look at all the different there which you use the capitals. Now that's for, what is that? I think that's for creating a new server. Now I don't know why you would need all that when txAdmin does that for you. Yes, you could probably put all that in on env.bat file and yeah, to save you typing it all in. But yeah, that's something I will try in a video to see how this works, right? So you'll understand, because there's nothing about this as yet on YouTube. I can't even find the website, no nothing. I will do a step-by-step tutorial of how to set up the, to change the port on my website. And once I've learned more, I'll do more step-by-step tutorials and videos. Right, so it's going to be a while. So again, you've got the networking. That's the bit I needed for changing the port. So I can see there. But again, it's like all you got is txa URL, port, what, who, when, what, where do you put, what do you do for the FXEX, you're like that, you're going, what do I type? Don't, nothing in there, is there? You can see things about the, that's it, then as you scroll down, you've got an example. Now again, example, that's migrating, or for Windows, I tried that, it doesn't do anything. It didn't recognize. I'll show you what happens if I copy that. Where are we? There we go. There. Right, so I'll give you an example, what will happen. So if I go, there we go, run that, and what do I see? Plus set is not recognized, so I don't know what that is there for. Windows does not recognize that, so again, it's it got me confused when I saw that. I thought, so why are you putting all this like stuff when Windows doesn't recognize them commands? So again, I'm like, what, who, when? I was trying to sort of get my head around what it is. Move that the way you go. So then you've got to set up a dev server. Yeah, I was understanding that bit, and I could see these set commands. So I thought, so to do the ports, it's got to be set or something like that. Rem, I'm not sure what rem. I'm going to experiment with that in a bit. Then you've got Docker or Linux, that's for. So again, it's like nothing there of what to put, for the FX server execution file, of how to get that to execute or nothing. So again, because I got out from Yorick, it is useful, like it helped me quite a lot. So I'll do, minimise that the way. Actually I won't, I need parts of that, don't I? So the first thing you need is to scroll up or look at the variables. So I can see one of the things you need, that's for your path, right? So you can either have that open and type that out. Remember, it's got to be capitals, right? All that's got with the underscore in. So I'll move that over to the left. So what you need first, you can't just put that because it won't do out, right? So what you do, before that tx where it says host, let me take that out. You put set, not plus set or setter, like when you save the CFG, they aren't recognised by the Windows, right? So you put, again, that. Then you need equals symbol, or what it is. Then, see, so like it's saying there, data path, you're going, what, who? Yeah, I was able to try and understand that, but it's because it's showing text data, so I thought, well, how the hell do you link it to your server? So what you've got to do is, right, so the easiest thing to do is you go to your site like that. Remember, on the older Watch It one, you've got, it's forward slash, with this it's backslash. So the easiest thing to do, go into your data folder, do that. See, go to the address bar at the top, copy. No, just click copy, highlight it to copy. Go back. And then we paste that in. So that's the path that you require. For you, it could be like another name now. I've got 𝒂𝒄𝒄 framework. It could be a different name. So it is important you have that. Now again, for setting up a server, this is going to be, yeah, you've got to make sure. Yeah, the folders are in the right place and everything else. That's something else. I will do a video on that. So you have to bear with me before I get around to that. So again, we need a port. Well, so what do you put there? So you go back to the browser. I'll put the link to this in the actual description, plus to also the Discord server. So if you want help from them, they will help you. So again, what do you put? So I was scrolling now, looking on the URL port. So you don't want the FX port, that's for the main server. So you want, so there. Right, so you want that. At first I got URL, which I was given, that was like scratching my head, so I'm going to put port. Right, so you copy that. So you put set. Right. Then type equals. So some of this is a bit like, I'll tell you what it's similar to. This. Is it the FX manifest? That's what it's a little bit like that, which becomes clear. So again, all you want is your port. So for me, the default one is 40120, isn't it? That's your, I want 40130 because on the computer it's a different thing. Otherwise it'll clash. Internally, local, I can use the same port, but externally, for your public IP, that's what you call it, or a domain name. I'll show you what to do with that. It's quite simple, which you learn. So what you want is 40130, so that's my port. Press enter. Now you need to start up the server. So you're going to be thinking, well, the bloody hell do you do that? Because there ain't anything in the actual instructions there about it, apart from a bit of a path. So what you do is you type in start, right, then in there you require a path after that. So again, there's bugger all like there with instructions that try to show you very clear. Apart from, no, there isn't anything no. There's actually not even the example there. See, what? Oh, sorry, you can't see it. See, even that, there's nothing there that shows you. You've got the old version, but sort of a new version. So you've got this here, plus FX server. What, who, or when, or what? Oh, don't forget you require echo off, otherwise you can have that if you want, or you know. So I'm going to put that at the top. Then you need the path. So the simple thing to do, go like that, bring this across what I'll do. Go into the FX server, which is where mine is, right? Or where, for you could have a different name. But it's best you name them like I do. In this step by step, I'll do the paths exact as what I got. So you name the folders exactly the same layout. It is. Plus what I'll do, might be a good idea with the same path. I will also create an env file and put that so you can copy the info as an example. You just have to change it to what your path is, right? So, and if you get stuck, just do a ticket or whatever it is on my Discord and I'll help you with that. Right, so there's my 𝒂𝒓𝒄𝒂𝒕𝒆. Right, so what I need, that's the path. Right, so the best thing to do, because you can't just copy that, it won't work like that, I'm afraid. I don't think you can do it like this either. Let me look, no. Oh, right, I can see something you could use. Right. Okay, so what you can use, I'll show you this, okay. So right click, if it's easier for you. But what the main part is you could do on the address bar, right, I'll show you that first. Copy what's in the address bar. What you do, paste that in, like that, then you type in, after that backslash, so it's capital FX in it, capital FX, with an capital S, server.exe. You can do it like that, or let me remove that. If you're using Windows, it'll be the same as mine. Right click on the execution file, ex, right click. Click on properties. If you're using Windows 10, it'll be a slightly different thing, but you'll have properties. But for Windows 11, it's what you see on mine. Just click on properties, right? Then we find, where is it, no it's not, oh it is, there, see general, click on the general tab, there's your location, right? But then you've got a description, effect, where has it gone again? I've lost it. Details, I did see it there, but my brain's lost the plot. There we are, security tab, there, object name. See, it's the same what I see in the path. So click on the security tab, right click, or don't you highlight, you've got the object name, don't highlight the object name itself, highlight what I've done, right click, copy, go back to your, so you can move that out of the way, go back to your env.bat file, right click, paste. Oh, if you, I'm not sure what that is, where you got down red to just delete that off, I'm not sure. Alright, why has it copied that? What's that? Okay, let me try this again. Yeah, U+24, not sure where it's getting that from. There's something within that line of data. Make sure you delete that red. If you get that, I put on there, just look at that, and there we are. That's your path to your execution file. And what you do, close your will open. You should have a link to your bat file. So what you'll need, I've got to watch that I don't reveal the public IP address. It's just started. I'm waiting for it to, what's it doing? It's opened, but I can't show the full thing until there was 5M up and running, or already down, or what, or right, I've got the green FX server starting check, yes, with the, yep, with the local IP and the public, and so I can now drag that, there it is, that's the server running. Just give that a minute to run, so it's running just as a basic thing there with no other thing started. And there it is, look. So the other thing you can do, if you want to do that, right, so I'll show you this example, but that'll be a different video, or should I do it with this one? Actually, I'll do it with this video. I'll make sure it's in the description about Cloudflare. Right, okay. So what I'll do, close. Yeah, if you do get this message pop up, just close that, ignore. I've been told to ignore that. So I'll move that again over to that. So you need, say you want to use a URL instead of your public IP address or your local IP address. Now, remember with Chrome, if it's HTTP, you might get a prompt thing, or it just keeps reversing what it's. What you have to do, right? If you're familiar with Cloudflare, let me think how I'm going to do this without revealing specific things. Let me think first. Well, I've got to sign in. So you log in. Is it going to jump down the top? Oh, right. So I need, yeah. I can't show you this bit on screen, unfortunately. I've got to, what have we got? CFX, Cloud, there we are. So to be one of them, it's that number, that number, that number. Also that one, and that one, and that one. With a login, should be. Close, there we go. You notice the colours I've got, these are mats on my both desks. They are 12,000 millimeter or 1,200 centimeters long by, well, length by the other way is 600 centimeters, or no, 600, 600? 60 cent. Hold on, my brain, I'm getting confused. 60? No, it's not 60, is it? Have a look. Yeah, there it is. By 60 centimetres or 600 millimetres, that's it. Phew. I'm glad I've got that right. Right. So, got my cloud, yes, I'm in my Cloudflare, upload, store, deliver, live, right. Yes, and they'll charge you for that as well. So what I need to do, I've got 4 domains which are for my websites. So I've got to click on, oh, I don't want, no, okay, right. So what I need to do is click on DNS. So what we'll do, first, let me do something first, make sure what I'm saying, right, okay. So if I do that, right, so you probably see what I've done there, a subdomain, right? So you need to create a subdomain, right, which would be CNAME. So how can I do this? There we are, by a quick flash of a split second, because I can pause the recording and unpause it. So what you do, you create a subdomain. It won't let me do the txAdmin bits. That's what I've used, right? txAdmin. That's what I used. And then you've got the main domain itself, which is, what is it now? env.bat.co.uk, and then you would click save. I don't think it's going to allow, no, see, it's telling me that already exists, so I can't put that in twice. So that's all you need to do, click save. Let me hang you again. Like a quick flash like that, back to that. So when you click save, there it is, txAdmin. Now what that will look like on your address bar, right? So if you're running a Windows server as a way to test this, if you want to do that, so what I'll do, I will close, actually I'll go back to Google like that. So what you do, is there are different ways to test, right? So you can do this. Let me think now. HTTPS, right? if you got was it Internet Information Services, if you're familiar with that, this is what you can do, right? So you do, oh, not images, whoops, what am I doing there? Wrong thing. Let me correct this. Right, so you want txAdmin dot, right, so you put that in, then they want env.bat.co.uk. Now what I should see, something's there. Oh, I get, I get what it is. Right, it's because I've got the orange cloud. Right, I better show you that, haven't I? What we'll do? Go back to Cloudflare. Before I do anything, right, we've got DNS. What's it got? What you want to do is when you put in, say, like that txAdmin, make sure you've got this in, because with 5M and whatnot, it doesn't recognise that, the proxy thing. So all you do, just click that off, and then you click save, like you do, like that, and then it's done for you. See, that's all you got to do. So if I shift that, yeah, it's giving me privacy. I could say it's not that. Let me try. So if I take the HTTP out, it should, S out, it should, no. See, it's going back to HTTPS. There's nothing there. Well, let me try with a different browser. So what you do, it's Chrome before you being a pain in the butt. Like, so what you do, you go like that, see what this does. Right, so that puts, yeah, so I should be able to take the secure bit off. What we should, there we go. That's to confirm it's pointing to my server, right? That's what I'm going to need for when I do, when I run the service. What you do, so make sure you do this correct. So see there, you've got all this information here. So what you do, so you've got txAdminTK host, right? So I'll show you what to type in. So if you put, set, right, there is a thing on the website, see if I can get this, HTTPS, it's there. There it is, URL, there it is, look. That's it, the spray's working on me there. So it's there, you've got URL, which you type, see, there it is. Almost forgot what it was. So you want URL, make sure it's got the underscore in, so let me minimise that out the way. So you put URL with it equals. So again, it won't be, so the example, so it gives you like the example with the 4 zeros. That, yeah, can be confusing if you don't understand that, right? It got me rattled. So it's what you type in, or the way to do that, let me show you this. So you do txAdmin dot, with, you know, with your decimal thing on there, AMG. Remember, if you've got a domain which you use for a website, and you use Cloudflare, you know how to do that. I don't know, it'll be similar with other domain providers, the C name. So remember, make sure you put, it won't be AMGRP for you, it'll be something different, you know, for your site. It'll be like your, you know, whatever your domain name is, you put that in afterwards. So I'm going to put co.uk, there it is, with the 2 things that gives the port, then you put 40130, there it is. So that's what you have to do. Oh, yeah, bugger, come here. Then we go back to env.bat. Now when I start up the server, I've just seen it's there, look. So instead of it being a public IP address or what it is, local, I now have that in there. Now, with Chrome, when you try, it keeps reverting to HTTPS. I don't know why. So, what there is it now? So what I want is the IP to copy. That's what you would give to a person to copy, right? And you put that in the browser, and there it is. I'm going to try this on Google Chrome because it seems to be troublesome. Let me try it. No, it's reverted to HTTPS. It's a bit of a. Should have wanted it earlier. No, see, it's reverting back. What I'm going to do. Yeah, so I can't actually get it because I can't remember what it is. If it was with the Chrome one, I'd be able to save. With this browser, the Edge, everything's wiped out when it's closed down. So there it is, right? So you can see it's working on that with a subdomain. And that's all you have to do, really. Let me try again with Chrome. Why is it reverting? I'm going to try something of that off because it's reverting it back to where it is. This might just work now. Does it heck? Close the browser. No, it's gone back to that again. It says, I don't know why it's doing that. It's a bit of a nuisance. Yeah, I don't know why it is. It's something that's been done on Chrome, which is like a pain on the butter. Most of the time, actually, that's the one that's on my main server on the actual public one, which I will be changing that over once I get around to it, to a domain. There, you can see there it isn't using just HTTP. But for the other one, it's just reverting back to it. So that's all you have to do, really. There's no more I can show you. So I'll put things that everything in the actual description, which will be so you know which things to look at. And what I'll say is thanks for watching. And if you've enjoyed, click like. If you want to see more, click subscribe, and I'll be back with another video soon. So we'll see you all soon in the next video.